Alright, this is a video on a Kickstarter that Steve Jackson Games did for Pocket Box games of the 80s, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I went in on this level on the Kickstarter. So we will see here shortly the games that you could unlock, and basically you pledged at different levels and unlocked a certain number of games that you could buy. And yeah, these were the games of my youth, the hobby shop in Coronado that I worked at. I had many of these past the time. And here are the stretch goals that got unlocked, and they unlocked all of them. Now, some of these stretch goals were freebies. Some of them were, we will print them and you can buy them off of us if we reach a certain funding goal. But you can see we're coming up on $145,000 funding goal, past 160, 170, 180. Number of project backers, you got some extra storage boxes with stickers. They made it to $200,000 backing. So let's get into Pocket Box games of the 80s. And this was definitely a flashback. Trip back to anywhere from about 1979 to about 1985, going to high school. And I was glad to see Steve Jackson Games dug out some really good copies of their games. They found some unopened boxes, had them all scanned and printed up. So it's a very, very fun thing to have been a participant of. Now, this first video, there will be no background audio for whatever reason in converting it over from an iPhone video into something that Movie Maker could use. The audio got really messed up, but here we go. We're going in the box, and I apologize for the handheld nature of the camera work, but that's what I got to work with. So in we go, and the first thing is, I believe one of the stretch goals was an Illuminati folder, like a peachy folder, but it's got the Illuminati on the front of it for character sheets or stat sheets, whatever. And they all have on the back the Illuminati eye. Now, I have to note this table is, I believe, 5 feet across. Yeah, Undead is the first one out of the box. Now this one I believe you can play solo, but this was a classic Steve Jackson game. And you can see everything about as far as the information on how they scanned it. Oh, 2 Undeads. Well, I got one for a friend. I still need to hear from them if they still want that. And in we go for Illuminati expansion set number 1. Wonderful artwork. It really was like revisiting childhood here. What do we have here? Oh, there's the Illuminati expansion set 2, which is the artwork for the folder over there. And you can see Pocket Box games back in the day were a little thinner than this, the actual boxes, but they put in a lot of extra room in these. They put a lot of extra goodies in as well. Necromancer. Yeah, I remember this game well, and the cover art is just, it's great. All of the reproduction, there's the original cover, I believe, there in black and white. Yep. Yeah, that was the second printing artwork that is on the cover now, and there's our quick overview of what we've gotten so far. And back in we go. What are we going to pull out now? The Steve Jackson classic, Ogre. I do remember playing this game quite a bit. And they also did some blank storage boxes. You'll see some later, and they include a sticker for those storage boxes for your counters, your maps, whatever. And then, let's see, what else do we have going on in here? The Ogre Reinforcement Pack. Look at that. That is a lot of stuff. Oh, heavy tanks. I'm sure that's like a Mark IV or something. I know. Somebody will call me on it in the comments, but... Oh, and I love that artwork. Airbrush artwork. So that was a pretty hefty piece. And I will be rearranging these, trying to make room on this table. And we'll see how that works out for me. G.E.V, which was this ground effects vehicle, which was the sequel and sort of an addition to Ogre. Explored the ground effects vehicles and jump troops. You can see the jump troops getting gunned down by a G.E.V there. And most of the box backs are fairly along those lines of explaining the reissue process. What are we going to pull out now? Oh, Radon Around. Well, if you were a kid in the late 1970s and you wanted a solo game to play while Americans were sitting hostage in Iran, this was the game for you. Most definitely. I can remember playing this quite a bit, and it was about the botched rescue effort to free the prisoners from the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. Today, people might look down on that a little bit if it came out at the same time or relatively close, but it was a fun game, and they did very well with it. So here we go so far. Oh, another copy of Necromancer. That's right, that friend of mine. We'll see if they get a hold of me. Maybe if not, we'll figure something out to do with that extra undead Necromancer copies. So plenty of room on the table so far. Car Wars. Another game I wasted or invested a very, very large amount of time. And I always love the fact that in this artwork, it's like a 16-year-old driving the car and he's got a hand grenade in his hand. And you have the storage box sticker in there as well. But they've very, very faithfully reproduced the artwork or the artwork styles for a lot of these games. Crash City was a sequel, role-playing supplement for Car Wars. And the original title for it was, and I have it sitting in the drawer over here, Sunday Drivers. Apparently there was some sort of copyright issue with that title. But Illuminati Expansion Set 3, because there are people who think Steve Jackson Games is actually a part of the Illuminati. Go figure. A lot of people with too much time on their hands and not enough brain cells. Or did the Illuminati pay me to say that? Next one up is Shockwave, which is a Ogre and G.E.V expansion set. And I believe one of the upgrades for these games was that they are all die cut now. Could be wrong on that. Somebody can correct me. Maybe Philip J. Reed will as well. But another fine expansion. Now, when I was a kid, when they first came out, the Pocket Box games, they weren't Pocket Box. They were in Ziploc baggies like that. Little Necromancer notebook, little, like sketchpad or notepad there with the Necromancer artwork, which is absolutely wonderful and amazing. And we reach into the box and I believe this is a Shockwave or Battlesuit folder, like a peachy folder, and again, they really captured the reproductions and the spirit of the 80s in these Kung Fu 2100 folder. Absolutely brilliant. So that goes over there. And then Illuminati, another Illuminati folder. And you can see they are the puppet masters, by the way, that rule the world. Or so some people think. Next folder is Ogre G.E.V artwork. Yep, the G.E.V cover. And I've got to start moving stuff. And we're still not fully, you can see, about halfway down the box here. Raid on Iran, or Raid on Tehran. Folder. It's so brilliant to see that again. The style. stylization of the artwork. Definitely of a different era. And we go in, and what do we pull here? Oh, this is an Ogre. There's the Ogre with a G.E.V. with some jump troop next to it. And I will be including a link to this Kickstarter and Steve Jackson game, so you guys can look up these games and get a little more info on them if you don't know them. And then I got 2 Necromancer folders. One of those will be going into a kind of a game trust fund for somebody. Maybe one day they will get them. Because I know they would really dig that artwork. So there we are so far. I think we may do a transition here where things get, things get moved around a little bit, trying to keep making room. And then the airbrush / rattle can style artwork for Ogre. I can't remember if this was the original artwork for Ogre, the first release, or if it was just in the spirit of it's been a while. And then, yeah. The amount of stuff they did for this Kickstarter. So we're at Car Wars Bundle 4. You can see what it contains. And we will get in here. And again, these each come with a storage box for your counters, etc., etc. And in we go. And then, of course, the fun was trying to remember how all of this went or came out and had to go back in. Car Wars Expansion Set 5. New counters, maps. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Double arena. Let's see, and I'll let this sit here for a second. But you would need the basic game for Car Wars to have this, or to be able to use it. And then they had Uncle Albert's, they were fake catalogs. Basically, it was new stuff they added to the game. And these came out as supplements. I had a few of them. I don't think I had all of these. I always love the satisfied customers. Testimonials. Which you can see, you know, like rollover, tow missile, etc., etc. Uncle Albert's gunnery shop. Yeah. So these came out as editions, I believe, almost like a, I don't know if they were a quarterly magazine. Your very own I'm a Pal of Al's bumper sticker. So you could throw that on your car and see who remembers these games. And then I never had this as a kid, but they did a couple different things. One was Boat Wars. So GEVs or boats out on water. So it was all sort of like a semi-futuristic Mad Max vibe. And they actually did one chassis and crossbows as a auto duel quarterly. Oh, here we go. Off-road dueling expansion set. And the crossbows and chassis, or chassis and crossbows, however it was, it may even show up here, was definitely trying to cater to a rule system in the Mad Max Road Warrior world. This was most of the regular car. Oh, and a Car Wars folder, I believe. Yeah, come on, let's see if we can get this out here. Yep. Car Wars artwork folder. And I think they even offer, I didn't get one, but I believe they offered a poster of several of these, if not all of the folders. So we're in, so far, 1 out of 4 of the Car Wars bundles. Here's Car Wars bundle number 2. You can see the contents. And they included some GURPS, generic universal role-playing system, I believe. Stuff as well that you could bring back over just into the regular Car Wars universe if you wanted to. But it's very cool that they did that. So this one connects actually to the Midville map from Sunday Drivers. And then you had different arenas. Here you go. The Armadillo Auto Duel Arena. A 32-inch by 42-inch arena map. And then you get new rec counters in full color. There they are. And very Mach 5 there, that one, at least the paint scheme. And then there's Auto Duel Quarterly, the best of, which was a quarterly they put out with new supplemental material, and I love the artwork. So the best articles, the best scenarios, best background, and there is Chassis and Crossbows, which is a Mad Max Road Warrior-esque version or rule set for Car Wars. Another Uncle Albert's Auto Stop and Gunnery Shop, the 2038 catalog, and some definite 1980s vehicle designs. Twin laser. And it's all broken down by what you need. Convenient categories. Blueprinted engines. Wow, they were ahead of their time. So, in we go. There is Crash City, which came with this. I got the other one. Maybe we'll do a giveaway on one of them. We shall see. The obligatory storage box. And then Zombie Town, which was a GURPS Auto Duel booklet adventure. And you know, zombies are big these days, kids. The artwork is brilliant. So there we go. And you'll notice I had to get another table. So there's all that so far. And bundle number 1 on the expansion table. The contents. So there's another copy of Car Wars and Truck Stop in there. Truck Stop and Convoy, a program Car Wars adventure for 1 to 6 players. So, you know, it's you having a paragraph that tells you what's going on. You resolve it. You turn to the next. You make your choice. Turn to page 80, whatever. But there you go. Lexington to Memphis, 400 miles, 13 hours. If you do it, you'll earn a quick $100,000. If you fail, a city dies. So their little twist on sort of Road Warrior, the expansion set. Extra counters, straightaways, curves, etc. All for car-to-car combat. See the caltrops, mines, smokescreen, wreckage, barricades. Oh man, those counters. Expansion set 2. And very Mach 5 there. And you can see the different classes of vehicles, including motorcycles, motorcycles with sidecars, etc. Vans. The obligatory storage box. Truck Stop. So they brought in 18-wheelers. Big rigs into Car Wars. Oh, that guy on the motorcycle. Another one having a bad day. 1982. Man. With some good storage box artwork there. An extra sticker. And then what else we got coming up here? Another copy of the original Car Wars. Right, let's move on here. What else do we have? We'll move that out of the way. Oh, so GURPS Auto Duel. Role-playing in the world of Car Wars. Very 80s looking gentleman. So you could use this one with Zombie Town. You had a role-playing system in that particular universe. Again, really excellent artwork. Car Wars Arena. That's the Arena book. So yeah, this is just total trip down memory lane, and it's amazing they had all of this stuff and could get it scanned and produced for this Kickstarter. Absolutely incredible Kickstarter. So there we go. That's an overview of what was in Bundle 1. And then we'll move on to the next one. And here's what we've done. Car Wars Bundle 3. Helicopters. Because right around this time there was a movie called Blue Thunder with Roy Scheider, I believe. And when me and my friend saw this, we were playing Car Wars, and there was some car chase scenes with the helicopter, etc. And we were like, you need to have helicopters in this. We so wanted it, and they did come through. And look at all of that. Over onto the expansion table as well. This was an absolutely massive Kickstarter. I've even had to put some of this stuff away. And that is Pocketbox Games of the 80s. I hope you folks enjoyed this, and we will see you soon. I'll leave links down below for the Kickstarter and some other stuff as well. You all take care.